Welcome, guys. Thank you, Philip, for that particular question. Remember, guys, we are still here. We are still here for you and nobody else. So if you've got any more questions, please send them through via our WhatsApp line and also our Facebook line. Remember, for you to win with these prizes that we have, which is actually a TV, you are to send in a video of yourself. So you don't send just any question, you send yourself with the question in a video. So that's what that's what is happening, and that's what will allow you to win. Right about now, I have one person who won. If your question is with us and it's a good one, we will then award you with this particular TV. And again, a big shout out to Liberty for sponsoring us, because without them, we wouldn't be here. But right about now, we have Rendani. Rendani is the winner of the 19-inch screen TV today. And also we have a question from him that we're gonna look at. So let's just have a look at the main man who sent us a question and also won a TV.
Hey guys, my name is Rendani Maimera. I'm from Manini. I will ask you to help me on question 9.2 over here. Hopefully you will see it.
I get a sense that Rendani was running away from something on that video. I don't know if you guys saw properly. However, that's not the point right now. The point is to look at the question that Rendani gave us. And also, please remember, guys, if you love what you are seeing, and do questions to us through our Facebook line and also our WhatsApp line, and we'll assist you. Now, the question that we have that Rendani sent to us reads as follows. It says, determine dy over dx if y is equals to 2 root of x plus 1 over x squared. There won't be anything that you can do with this question if you will try and solve it from this point onwards. I always caution you, stop switching on your calculators when you just read the question. Start by looking at what the question says, and then from there you can then see whether you need a calculator or not. So with this one, let me show you what exactly is it that you need to do. So I will say NB here, meaning it is important for you. Number one, it will always be to simplify what you have. That's the first thing to do. Number two, it will then be to apply the rules. And then lastly, it will then be make sure that you have positive exponents. So these are the three important things that you guys need to look at, please. You are always to simplify it to the simplest form. Remember what I've always been saying and what everybody else who's been on this screen has been saying. We are saying you cannot have x as a denominator, number one. You cannot have x as part of a square root. So you have to always get rid of them in a square root and a denominator before you can do anything. That's what I mean when I say simplify. So let's have a look at what is it that we can do here in simplifying this. One, it will be y is equals to, remember guys, when we are taught fractions, I think somewhere there in grade 6 or something, they said to you, whenever you have one denominator, it emanates from having two denominators that are the same. So this is the same as me having 2 root of x divided by x squared plus 1 over x squared. Remember, when denominators are the same, you maintain one denominator and you add the exponents, or not the exponents, the numerators. You add or subtract your numerators. So these two things are one and the same thing, please. So this is the first step of simplifying. Remember what I said. I cannot have this as a denominator, so I can't have this here. I also can't have that there. So I must get rid of them there before I can do anything. Now 2 will be multiplied by x to the exponent of a half. Remember that a square root is the same as an exponent of a half, then divided by x squared, then plus. This one I can so much just simplify it to be x to the exponent of negative 2. Remember, since it's a positive exponent, it becomes a negative exponent if you want to make it part of the numerator. Then this will then be equals to, what I'll have here, remember the laws of exponents. When dividing powers of the same base, I must subtract the exponents. So I'll have 2x to the exponent of a half minus 2, then plus x to the exponent of negative 2. Then with what I have then here, I will then say this is equals to 2x to the exponent of, remember 1 over 2 minus 2 will be 2 times that is 4, therefore it is minus 3 divided by 2. Let's just indicate the minus there, people must not get confused, please. Therefore this is a negative 2 divided by, negative 3 divided by 2 I mean, then plus x to the negative 2. Now, bravo, first step, we are done with it. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Remember, we said we simplify. Now let's go into the second step. The second step is to apply the rule. Now remember what the rule says. The rule says exponent by coefficient, then the exponent minus 1. So when I say now dy over dx, so when you are applying the rules, please remember to introduce the dy over dx, because without the dy over dx, then what you are doing from there, it does not really make sense. So you are to introduce that. Now I'll have negative 3 over 2 multiplied by 2, x to the exponent of negative 3 over 2 minus 1. So I'm just going to try and do it step by step so that people can understand. Negative 2 there, then x to the exponent of negative 2 minus 1. And then what I'll then have will then be equal to, if I multiply these two, I'm going to have negative 3x to the exponent of a negative 3 over 2 minus 1 is the same as adding, and then I take the sign of the bigger number, so it will be 2 times that, so this will then be 5 over 2. So it's going to be 5 over 2, then minus 2 x to the exponent of negative 3. Now remember, what did I say? 1, simplify. 2, apply the rules. Number 3, what do you do? What do you do? Okay, so you leave it as positive exponent. So let's have a look at what it is going to be. So this is going to be a negative 3 divided by x to the exponent of 5 over 3, and then minus 2 over x to the exponent of 3, and this will then be my final answer. Please people, don't try and confuse this, guys, and make it one denominator or anything like that. You've answered the question. The question wanted you to find the derivative of this, and that's all that you need to do, please. Now while doing this, I'm thinking of something else that you guys can please try and look at. Whenever you are given something like this, remember, if in that square root, if I was given something like square root of x cubed, remember how to look at that cubed there. It does not mean it's going to be x to the exponent of 1 over 3. No, remember it's still going to be x cubed all to the exponent of 1 over 2. So please, this is just for you to go back and look at how to actually go about changing certain things to be in exponential form. Now, while I'm thinking here, I'm thinking to myself, so vota pijo. Now, guys, remember, tomorrow we are to make our country proud. So go and practice your right in South Africa to vote for any party that you see fit to be a leading party in this particular country of ours. Please, your vote matters. But my 2000, if you cannot vote, please tell your parents to go vote if you are not in the age of voting. We'd also like to thank Liberty so much for sponsoring us, because without them, we definitely wouldn't be here. Now, I'm sure you guys looked at what is it that we are doing here, and from what we are doing here, there is no doubt that you will always get everything right whenever you are dealing with the tenfold life. So right about now, we're going to go into an ad break, and then Sibu is going to come back, or rather Sibu Siso is going to come back and then wrap up everything that we've been doing today. So